Hello, welcome to my beautiful unschool life. My name is Erin. I run an unschool in Ontario, Canada, and today we are in Ontario, Canada. My girls and I spent the last 2 months establishing an unschool in Uganda, and it was a really amazing 3 months, and we're really happy to be home. We're still under quarantine for the next few days anyway, which is okay with us because there is a lot of work to do around the property. So I thought today I'd make you a video about all the stuff that we're doing to get ready for spring and to catch up on all the work that we didn't do while we were gone. For starters, we need to get these chickens used to being around people again. The girl's dad was taking care of the birds while we were out of the country, and he did a great job, but he didn't cuddle them the way that the children usually cuddle them. So they've gotten a little bit strange with us. So we're trying to make friends with them using some popcorn.
And when they're friends with us, we can pick them up again?
Yeah, and then we'll be able to pick them up again. Also, our rooster has gotten very aggressive. So unfortunately, it looks like he's going into the pot this weekend, which I'm sad about because he was my first egg to hatch. And he is such a handsome boy, but if he's gonna be violent, there's not much else we can do. The other thing we need to work on is all winter the chickens were grazing in my veggie garden. I wanted them to pick all the bugs and the grubs and the eggs and things out of the raised beds.
You realize grubs are actually Japanese beetles.
Yeah, because grubs turn into Japanese beetles, and we do not want Japanese beetles in our garden.
At first you like grubs, and then you realize grubs are actually Japanese beetles.
Yeah, we try to let bugs live unless we know that they're a problem, and Japanese beetles are a problem. So the chickens were cleaning my garden all winter, but now they're back into their little run, and suddenly it seems so small. So we are going to get some new fencing, and we're going to extend the run a little bit. There's a bit of a fencing shortage. There's a bit of an everything shortage right now. So we're going to have to wait a little bit and shop around a little bit. The next exciting thing that we have going on in our coop. So we're getting loads of eggs, about 9 eggs a day, which is so awesome. But the coolest thing is one of our ducks has gone broody, which means she wants to hatch some babies. Now, we don't have a drake, which means that our duck's eggs are not fertilized, but our chicken's eggs are fertilized. So I stuck some chicken eggs underneath this duck, and we're hoping that she'll hatch them, which is very exciting. She's not very friendly right now. Do you hear her hissing at you? She says, "Stay away from my eggs." I'm most excited to see what happens when our duck has baby chickens. Like, is she gonna try to make them go swimming? I don't know. We'll find out. We've also started planting the veggie garden. So in here we've got some radishes and beets. And in here we've got some rutabaga and some carrots and some parsnips. I've covered them with this black landscape fabric. It's a little bit experimental. I'm hoping it will provide warmth so that the seeds will germinate better while protecting the seeds from the birds who have a tendency to steal our seeds. And in here under the cover I've got my brassicas again.
Mom, can you help me?
Again, I'm hoping. You need help?
Never mind, Mama.
Good teamwork, girls.
Now just jump. You jump higher. And my
So last year my brassicas didn't grow very well. The main problem was there were so many cabbage moth caterpillars all over them. Even though I had this cover on, there must have been one got inside the cover and laid her eggs in there, and I didn't notice them until they were just everywhere. So I'm hoping to do better with my brassicas this year, but I'm not holding my breath for it. Because we were in Uganda until the first week of May, we didn't really do our seed starts the way that we would have otherwise. So our garden is late to start. So we're really embracing the experimental method this year. We're just gonna wing it and see what happens and see what we get. And I really want to encourage that kind of attitude with my kids in that there's no wrong way to do it. The only way to do it wrong is to not do it at all. So we'll see what we learn. So last year we grew melons, but we got nothing. We got vines and we got little baby melons, but they never went anywhere. I think it was a combination of the vine borer, and I don't think they were hot enough. Because when we were in Uganda, we saw how well the melons grow in the heat. So we have found the hottest place on our property, which is beside the barn here. It's south facing, and we're gonna try and plant them here. So the way we did it was we put some trellising against the wall. Nice work, girl. So we put down some paper bags, and that's gonna keep the weeds from coming through, but it won't prevent the roots of our plants from going down. Then we put a big mound of soil, and then we covered it with, this is duck compost. So there's straw and wood chips and lots of duck poo in there. And hopefully it'll work. What do you think? Do you think it'll work?
Yeah.
Cool. And we're most excited. This is the mission. My mission is to grow a Kajari melon.
What's a Kajari melon?
A Kajari melon is the sweetest melon in the world. They're from Afghanistan. And they used to be very rare, but they're not so rare anymore because I have them.
Ones. So I'm gonna see which one works the best by dropping one that's on the ground, burying it a little, or burying it a lot.
Oh, okay. So the straw keeps the soil moist. It helps insulate the soil so that the water doesn't immediately evaporate up into the air.
To protect it and to keep it warm.
Abby came and planted 3 watermelon seeds, and then they ran off to play horses. Which is okay. You know, I think when raising children, we need to remember that our children are going to reject everything that we say for like a good 15-20 years in the middle of their lives. And then as they get older, they're going to realize that everything the world told them was a lie and that their mom was right. And they're going to come back to doing things the way that we taught them to do things, just like we are going back to doing things the way that our parents taught us how to do things. The other thing the girls and I did was plant the pumpkins and the squash. Again, last year I had them in my veggie garden growing up the fences, but the squash bugs and the borers were so bad, I hardly got anything. So this year, a friend had this really cool idea to grow them here on the front of the property along our zigzag fence. So the girls and I got those started the other day.
Days without water along the sun-soaked road. We crossed over borders to get where we are, and it's all for you, it's all for you.
So this is what I'm the most excited about, the giant pumpkin. The girls are excited too, but they want to play with watermelons. Like, look at how big these seeds are. They're just massive. We'll see if anything fun happens with these guys.
Nights without sleeping, 'cause you fear the night. And days without eating, 'cause it ain't enough for two. it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you.
So while I'm happy to be back with my birds and my garden, the girls are happy to be back with their toys.
So you don't feel the cold, and it's all for you. It's all for you.
So that's it. That's what we've been up to since we got back to Canada. That's what we've been doing to keep busy during lockdown. Hopefully soon we'll be able to get some kids in our homeschool so that we'll have some company and some other minds to inspire us. In the meantime, thanks for hanging out with us. Take care.